want y'all to pay attention, especially to detail. Today's message is called Fear and Deceit. Fear and Deceit. I want to kind of let you understand what I'm talking about by giving you a scripture that's going to literally blow your mind. John, 1 John, the 4th chapter, and the 18th verse, says this: there is no fear in love. In love. But perfect love casteth out fear. It says something really, really important. It said there is no fear in love. But perfect love. They're talking about perfect love now. It casts out fear. Casts out fear. Because fear has torment. And if you're not familiar with the word torment, you need to look it up. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. The love that God has, God is love. That's perfect love. That's perfect love. I want to drop down to Genesis. Genesis 9 and 2 said this: and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, and upon that, and upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. This is God. God said, these people or beasts, just your mere presence is going to cause them fear and dread. Some of y'all are scared of your own self. That's messed up. God made everything afraid of you. I want to take a little time out to go through a few definitions. The definition of fear. A distressing emotion aroused by impending danger or evil or pain, etc., etc., etc. A distressing emotion aroused by impending danger or evil. Impending danger. And it don't say or, it says a comma. But I'm taking that comma as meaning impending evil. I'm taking that comma as it saying as or. But let me just tell it like a TI is. Impending danger. A arousing emotion, a distressing emotion aroused by impending evil. A distressing emotion aroused by impending pain, etc., etc., and etc. This is what fear is. Whether the threat is real or imagined. The feeling or condition of being afraid. We got it on a synonym. We got fear on the synonym. It says, the first synonym says horror, panic, fright, terror, dread, dismay, concern, or anxiety. Fear is concerned or anxiety. A fear for someone's safety. Now this is where this type of fear can be good. A reverential awe, especially toward God. We need to fear God. This type of fear is basically respect. Whether you like it or not, you're going to respect God. If you don't, you're just a fool that you are. The synonym for that is reverence, respect, awe, and veneration. Something that causes a feeling of dread or apprehension. Something a person is afraid of. The next definition is an anticipation of the possibility that something unpleasant will occur. That's fear. Those are the definitions of fear. Now we're going to look into the definition of deceit. The act or practice of deceiving, concealment or distortion of the truth for the purpose of misleading, duplicity, fraud, cheating. This is a definition of deceit. The synonyms for that is dissimulation and deception. Let's go on further. The definition is the act or device intended to deceive, trick. The quality of being deceitful, duplicity, falseness. This is the definition I want y'all to log in for both of these words, fear and deceit. I want to tell you that these are the most important tools of the devil. He definitely want to cause you to become fearful. But God said, don't you do that. That's what we read in Genesis 9 and 2. He said, the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth and upon every fowl of the air and upon all that moveth upon the earth and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hands are they delivered. God gave us the ability for things to be afraid of us, not for us to be afraid of them. God gave you that reassurance. How you like me now? Genesis 15 and 1 said this. After these things, the words of the Lord came, the word of the Lord came unto Abram in the vision, saying, fear not, Abram, I am thy shield and thy exceedingly great reward. Now, watch this. In Genesis 20 and 11, he's no more Abram. It says, and Abraham said, because I thought surely the fear of God was not in this place, that they will slay me for my wife's sake. Now, I don't think you heard the Lord. The Lord told him not to fear. That he'll be his shield and his great reward. But yet, he turned around and became fearful. God is looking at y'all. Whether y'all like it or not, God is looking at y'all. Evidently, people don't believe God when he said, I gave you the power. That's why the devil comes along and just take what he wants. He tricked you. Out of thinking that you ain't got no power at all. But God gave you that power. When I step in the door, people need to be afraid of me. People, spirits, I mean demons, they need to be afraid of me. If they don't, I'm going to kick butt. I'm going to kick butt. I'm going to go on a wild. You better respect me. God said, I got the power. God gave me the power. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of whatever you got. Genesis 22, verse 12 said this. And he said, lay not thy hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy only son from me. You know, God, he's just so good. He's just so good. This message is saying a whole lot. It's saying a whole lot. And I'm not going to give you all the things that it's saying. Genesis 26, verse 7 said this, and the men of that place, and the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, she is my sister. For he feared, saying that she is my wife, lest, said he, the men of that place should kill me for Rebekah, because she was fair to look upon. It seemed like the fear passed from the father to the son. You know, that devil get around. That devil loves to get around and do his thing. It went to Isaac to Jacob. Genesis 32 and 11 said this. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau. For I fear him, lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children. Fear. That's one of the devil's main tools. But when you with God, you have no reason to fear. But I guess that's something that people have to graduate to. Genesis 46, verse 3. And he said, I am the God of thy father. Fear not to go down to Egypt, for I will there make thee a great nation. God had prepared Joseph to save his people, Israel, to preserve their life. God had already had it planned out. So he just simply spoke to Israel, made Israel understand that, listen, you don't need to be fearful to go down to Egypt. I know that Egypt is the tip of the world. It's the top of the world. And people and the things that they do in Egypt is ludicrous. But yet, in the midst of the storm, there's an eye. And God has placed Israel in the eye. And everybody else is being tossed around. Because God sent that famine in the land. God sent whatever he sent, he wanted to protect his people. Just like he sent water in Noah's time to destroy the earth. But yet, he told Noah, build an ark. I'm going to send this destruction no matter what. But escape for you. And this is what God want to do. He want to make a way of escape for you today. But you got to trust him that he'll see you through. Exodus 1, chapter 1, verse 17. But the midwives feared God. But the midwives, they feared God and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the young men, the men children alive, not young. I don't know why I said the word young. But the men child alive, but save the men child alive. Now Pharaoh told them to kill all the males. But because they feared God more than they feared Pharaoh, they didn't do that. They saved the men child alive. You know, they went above and beyond and did that was right. And a lot of times we don't do that what's right. Exodus 2, verse 14 said this. Now here's Moses. He's coming on the scene. And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Tellest thou to kill me as thou killedest the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. So Moses feared. Maybe he feared because he didn't know God at that time. We don't know what was going on, but the Bible said that he feared. Fear made him leave. Because he started thinking, oh wow. I was hoping to keep this quiet under wraps. That I killed the Egyptian. It was handling my brother any kind of way. I'm just letting him know that he can't do that. I messed around and got carried away, and I killed him. Don't put your hands on my brother. Well, there's a lot of times we don't really understand the things that's going through our head. That's tormented. That means we're being tormented by that. When we think people got it down, got it together, they show us that they don't got it together. We sit back and we doing things to make them realize what's up. They don't get it. And because they don't get it, it causes me trouble. I'm closing. I'm closing. This is the last scripture, the last verse. I'm going to close after this. Exodus 15, verse 16. The fear and dread shall fall upon them. By the greatness of thy arm, they shall be as still as a stone, till thy people pass over. O Lord, till thy people pass over, which thou hast purchased. I want to say that twice. Make sure y'all understand that this is really serious. It's really important that y'all really understand what's going on here. Rinse and cook.